All right, good afternoon, Pink Sox. Coach Charles here. You're not the only one that has a fancy new uniform this season. I got mine on Saturday, opening day. First of all, thank you to everyone that came out on opening day. That was a good time. It was good to see so many people out there. We had some nice weather. We wish we would have had that on Friday for practice, but it was a good day. It was fun for everybody. I'm glad you guys were there. Those of you who weren't, you were missed, but we'll do some more team picture stuff as the season goes on once everyone's around for games and practices and stuff like that. Speaking of, today is Tuesday. Practice is tomorrow. Curveball at you, all right? Right now, the weather report's looking pretty bad for Friday, of course, because we have practice. Sunny and, everything all week except for practice day. So I was able to get us a field, to be able to call in a favor and get us a field for tomorrow night, for Wednesday. So take a look at that on the app. We're going to be doing two main things. We're going to be doing a very important fielding drill that's going to be about covering first and second base and how to back those bases up. And the second thing is going to be I'm going to be throwing 5 pitches to each girl until we run out of time. All right, that's just what we're going to do. We're going to do it just to get us ready, to get me ready to be able to pitch to you girls, because Coach Jose is going to be out of town this weekend. So normally he would do it. So I want to make sure that I'm up to the job, and also so that we can get the ball in play and see what it looks like, what I was talking about last week. Because we didn't have practice, this video is going to be a little bit different, all right? I'm not going to be going over a lesson as much because I don't want to give you too much before the practice, because we already have a lot to cover that I was really hoping to cover this past week, all right? Hopefully the rain holds off this week and we can have 2 practices, because that would be awesome. But for right now, practice Wednesday, stand by for information on Friday as the week goes on, because the weather can change. So it's iffy right now, but we'll see. All right, what I want to talk to you girls about right now is being prepared. I've talked about having a plan, being ready for defense. I have a feeling that we're going to hit really, really well. I've spoken to the coach from the other team that we're playing on Saturday for our first 2 games, and they're pretty much like we are. They're going to hit. They've got some fielding. It's going to be a pretty close game. I think that we're going to be able to hang with this team. They're going to hang with us, and it's going to be a lot of fun. He seems to have a similar approach to the way we approach things, in that we just want to have fun. Go out there and not be crazy. Just chill. Have a good afternoon of softball. Good, clean fun. All right. But this team is probably going to put the ball in play a lot. So our defense really needs to know what it's doing. And that's where the videos, so that if you haven't watched them yet, I would definitely recommend please rewatching them. Or if you haven't watched them at all, just please watch the videos on base covering and glove position, because that's going to come into play a lot. This team is going to hit the ball. So it's up to us to stop them from scoring. And we do that by being able to cover the bases properly. And that's what tomorrow's practice, and if we have practice on Friday again, that's what these 2 practices will be really focusing on, is getting us used to making those plays, fielding the ball, throwing it to the appropriate base, making sure that the bases are backed up in case the ball goes past the base, things like that. So that's going to be really key. So part of this is physical preparation. These games, it's going to be long, all right? We have doubleheaders this season. It's a little bit of a crazier schedule than most of us are used to. So the days are going to be long. So it's important to get a good breakfast and good lunch in. Our first game starts at 1:30. You've got to be there at 1, all right? So there's plenty of time to get some good food in you. There'll be snacks during the game, of course, but make sure you girls get some good rest on Friday night and get some good food in you so that you have the energy for the 2 games. So we're going to be doing back-to-back. Once game 1 ends, 15 minutes later, we start game 2. All right, this way we just bang them out, 1, 2, 3. The other part of being prepared is not just your physical body, but up here. All right, being prepared mentally. All right, there are winners and losers in this game. All right, those of you who have played with me before, we've won some games, we've lost some games, and we're still here. What do I mean by that? What I mean is, just because we lost a game, the world didn't end. Just because the other team lost a game, the world didn't end. It still goes on. All right, I ran track for years. I don't remember how many races I won, how many I lost. I know there were a lot of both. But I remember the fun that I had competing. I remember the fun that I had with my teammates, the importance of having a team that would back you up. And I'm still friends with some of my teammates over 20 years later. So that's really what the focus is on. The scoreboard, I mentioned it the very first day we all met when we went up at the mall. It's going to have the score on it, obviously. That's what it's for, all right? Scores change, okay? So I don't want you to become fixated on the scoreboard, okay? I don't want you to look and see, oh, no, we're down 9-3. We're going to lose this game. No, don't do that. Don't defeat yourself up here, and don't put pressure on yourself. Because then you come up to the plate and you see that we're down by a few runs, and you put all this pressure on you, and you're not swinging at anything right. You're just trying to, you're panicking. Don't, all right? It's a game. We're supposed to be having fun. Yes, one of the objectives of a game is to win the game, but the primary objective is to have fun, okay? So don't put that pressure on yourself. Don't become obsessed with the score. Don't worry about it. Don't become discouraged. If you see that we're down a couple of runs, hey, let's try and get those runs back, all right? Let's try and keep them off the base paths, and let's see about catching up and maybe going ahead. But don't defeat yourself up here, because if you do that, you're not going to have any fun anymore. It's not going to become fun because you're going to be so fixated on the number. Don't worry about the numbers, okay? Win or lose, I tell you right now, I'm proud of every one of you, all right? Just for stepping on the field, just for having the courage to do that. I told you on the first day, you're not a group of little girls. You are a team. All right, you are a warrior woman team. All right, every one of you is a strong, powerful woman that is going to do some fantastic things this season. So don't worry about it. No matter what happens out there, I am going to be proud of you. Your parents, your family, the other coaches, we are all going to have your back. So don't fixate on the number. The flip side, if you see that we're ahead, don't think, hey, we're ahead, we're going to win this, we got no problem. Because then you go the other direction. The pendulum swings the other way, and then you're talking about, getting a little bit arrogant, getting a little ahead of yourself. As a track runner, my primary events were sprint races. So the 100 meter, the 200 meter, the quick, fast, not the marathon stuff. I saw a lot of guys lose because they would be ahead and they would be right, maybe like this far from the line, and they would stop and they put their arms up and they try to walk across. And then someone would pass them, all right? Those are the two right there. Those are the two things I'm talking about. On one hand, you have the guy who thought, hey, I don't have to worry about anything. I'm already ahead. I'm going to win this thing. And the person that passed them just a few seconds before was maybe thinking, oh, that person's all the way ahead. I'm never going to get up to them. But they did, okay? They passed. They won. The guy thought he had the race. He lost. All right, so you want to make sure that you stay focused up here. Treat every at-bat and every play in the field as if there is no score. All right, treat everything, there's a saying, act like you've been there before. All right, and that means that, don't freak out if things are going one way or the other. Just stay chill, focus on the fun, focus on what you're doing. You know what to do. See the ball, get the ball, make the play. When you're at bat, you don't have to swing at every single pitch. So if the ball's in the dirt, don't swing at that. The ball's way over your head, don't swing at that. All right? Wait for your pitch. It's never going to be that magical one right here. But if it's within reason, go for it. You're not going to get any hits if you don't swing at the bat. But you're not going to do yourself any favors if you swing at everything that comes out everywhere near you. Okay? Approach it calmly. All right, remember, again, this is a game. Have fun out there. That's what we want for you girls. We want you girls to learn the game and to have fun. All right, so don't become fixated on a number. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. We're still going to live to play another game. All right, it's going to be fine. So that's all I really want to say today is just to remind you of what we're going to be doing. It's 2 games, back-to-back. It's going to be a long day. Physically prepare yourselves and mentally prepare yourselves. Be a good sport, all right? If we're losing and we wind up losing a game, after the game, we go up to that team and we shake hands, right? That's being a good sport, right? That's being a good loser. You go up to them and say, hey, good game. Maybe we get them next time, all right? And if we win, we don't rub it in their faces, all right? It's okay to, high five after scoring or making a play and stuff like that. But what we don't do is we don't taunt. We don't make fun of the other team. We don't say anyone stinks on our team or on the other team. We treat everybody on that field with respect, all right? So pay attention to what you've got to do. Treat everybody with respect. If another team disrespects us, I'll handle it, all right? I really don't think that's going to happen this weekend. Talking to the other coach and, talking with him for a while the other night, I don't think we're going to have any problem with bad sportsmanship, which is great, all right? But we want to make sure that we treat everybody with respect, because you wouldn't like it if we were losing and they were making fun of you, right? So treat other people the way you want them to treat you. Be good sports. Stay together up here. If you make a mistake, don't dwell on it, all right? Move on. The mistake happened in the past. You're in the present now. Worry about now. Don't worry about what happened an inning ago. You dropped the ball at first base and it led to hey, it happens. You just want to make sure as much as possible to keep your focus. Remember what you're doing. Even professional players make mental mistakes. The other night, Anna and I were watching the Dodgers-Rockies game on TV, and it looked like it was going to be a perfect double play ball. There was a runner at first, a runner at third. The ball was hit to the shortstop. Second base did exactly what he was supposed to do. He ran over to cover second base. Shortstop fielded it, flipped the ball to the second baseman. Second baseman caught it, tagged the bag to get the force out because there was a runner coming from first base, but then dropped the ball on the field instead of walking away. Problem was, there was only one out when he got the ball. So that means when he tagged the base, that was only the second out. It wasn't 3 outs. So because he thought there were 3 outs, he thought the inning was over and was ready to leave the field. That allowed the runner at third base to easily score. He could have tagged first base. He should have tagged it, thrown to first base, and gotten both outs. But instead, mental mistake, he tagged second base, dropped the ball down, allowed a run to score. That could have been costly. The Dodgers wound up winning that game anyway, 12-6. But that could have been the difference in the game. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you stay focused. It happens, even to professional players, when they're just kind of spacing out. That's why I say it. It's going to happen at times. You're going to get the ball and freeze and not know what to do with it. Don't worry about it. We'll practice. That's what tomorrow night's going to be about, and hopefully Friday night. So, last thing I want to show you is we've got a display case for this season's ball. All right, it's a fun thing. You go online, get one of these from Amazon or at a Dick's Sporting Goods. Nice to keep the ball. Sometimes if I'm having a rough day, I look at the balls from this season or from the other seasons that we've done, and it's a nice reminder of how good it feels to be a part of such a special team like you girls. All right, so practice tomorrow night, watch the videos, hopefully practice Friday night, and then on Saturday, we get 2 games, we get 2 chances to knock this team down, all right? And we're going to have some fun. So any questions, feel free to contact me. Hopefully I'll see you girls on the field tomorrow night, and we'll get some really good workouts in. All right, have a great day, ladies.